Hello everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Family Chit Chat. I'm Tom Pounder, and last week we talked about Abraham trusting and obeying God when God asked him to leave his country, leave the place that he'd been his entire life, and go to a different place so that he could start a whole new nation with many, many descendants. And so Abraham trusted and he obeyed God. Well, today we're going to pick up from that story in a sense that God asked Abraham to trust him again and obey him again. And we're going to see how Abraham responds, because this is a really interesting story. So I want you to pause the video, read the passage, and answer these few questions. And then when you're done, press play. But I want you to see what God asked Abraham to do. And I want you to see how Abraham responded. Okay? Ready? Press pause now. Okay, Abraham had just had his only child at a very old age, his only child. And God asked him to sacrifice him, but Abraham trusted and he obeyed God. And the end story is that Abraham didn't have to sacrifice Isaac, and Isaac was used by God for a mighty purpose. And that was an amazing story because Abraham trusted and he obeyed God. And see, sometimes we're asked to trust and obey when we don't know the bigger picture, when we don't know the end result. And these last 2 weeks that we've been talking about Abraham, he hasn't known the end result. But things have always worked out because he trusted and obeyed God. And that's what our bottom line is today. I should trust and obey because there's a bigger plan. God always has a bigger plan. We may not be able to see it at first, but God always has a bigger plan, a better plan than what we could ever imagine. Just imagine if Abraham had said no to God, I'm not going to sacrifice Isaac. Well, he didn't have to do it anyways, but he trusted and he obeyed God, and God blessed him because of that. So I want to encourage you today. What can you do to trust and obey God even when you don't fully understand it, even when you don't see the bigger picture? What small step of faith can you do today to trust and obey God? And as we wrap up this series on obedience, I also want to encourage you to keep on memorizing that Bible passage we've been looking at all month long. Do you remember it? It's Hebrews 13:17. Trust in your leaders, put yourselves under their authority. Do this because they will keep watch over you. When we put our trust in God and look to Him, He will always guide us through it. He guided Abraham through it all the way. So when we put our trust in Him, God will guide us through it. So today I really want to encourage you. Put your trust and obedience in God and see how He blesses you because of it. All right, everyone. Well, that wraps it up for this month. Thanks for joining me, and I can't wait to see you next month or next week for a whole new series. See you next week, everyone.